guys, today I'd like to talk to you about some of my favorite home decor Dollar Tree products. So I love these things because they're accessible, very affordable, and the best part is that all of these things require little to no DIY experience or skill. These are things that are ready to go, and I think these are all things that you should be able to find at your local Dollar Tree. You can always go to the website if you need to get something in bulk and want specific colors or things. The first topic I want to cover is organization. I love their locker bins. Those come in a lot of fun colors and then a lot of more neutral toned down colors. So I love the color selection. They're good, sturdy, affordable bins that look nice too. And in their new Dollar Plus section, they have even bigger bins that are really great quality. I like the laundry baskets they have now. They've got some good things. And I want to talk about acrylics. I love acrylics because they are sleek, minimal, go with a lot of design styles, and look expensive. And they're great to house things that are decorative and pretty that you want to be able to see, and also create the ease of finding exactly what you need when you can see through. This I think is called a vanity container, but it can be used in more than just in the bathroom, for makeup brushes, toothbrushes, but you can also use it on a desk or use it for markers, a lot of different things. And I like that there's a different depth in each of the three components to this. And they have a few 3-compartment acrylic containers. This one has a lid on it, which is nice. I've used these for years for my craft supplies, like little jingle bells and buttons and those types of things, and they stack really well on top of each other. And then from the side, you can see exactly what's in each compartment. So these are really functional and sturdy and hold up well, so I like these a lot. And they also have some other acrylic storage solutions that I think are really nice and worth checking out too. This product I found recently in the toy section. It's a collector showcase for Legos or Hot Wheel cars, but I thought this would be perfect for storing batteries. And they have a few other storage options like this, but I like how squared off this one is, and can be used for makeup, craft stuff, beads, anything small that you need to store. You could probably store like bow ties, things like neckties, things like that. And this could be great for like a travel box too, putting snacks in there or different medications that you need to get a hold of, and Band-Aids. If you haven't seen these yet, you'll want to check out their new metal baskets. They have like a tray form for like files and papers, and this deeper one, and I think they have another size, 1 or 2 more sizes. They're pretty sturdy, but the metal isn't that thick, so it's not the most expensive looking piece. But of course there's ways to amp it up. Like I've used these and spray painted them black before. You can add, I've done leather straps on the ends of them. You can put rope around it and upgrade it, but they're great as is. An affordable storage solution. You can line the inside with fabric if you want to put stuff that could fall through the holes, or if you want to conceal what's inside. I like their broom holder. It's pretty decent quality for the dollar store, and it can be used for different things, not just brooms. So I like that as a good organizational tool. They have different options for like command strips knockoffs. These are the removable hooks. I like that they're tiny and clear, so they're very discreet and they work well. I use them in my office makeover, so they're pretty tough, and they're much cheaper getting at the dollar store. So I think it's worth looking there for those types of things. The next category is decor. One thing that you really need to check out is their book section. Now, it's a hit or miss, but a lot of the times I'm able to find good quality, hardback, lovely books that are more for the aesthetic in a bookshelf and not so much to read. But there are some good books out there too. This one I picked up recently. If you want something colorful, it's got fun color inside. And then if I want it to stay neutral, the white book cover is great. This is another one that the content is kind of more fun and interesting. Good for like a coffee table book. So this is something that's fun to flip through. And the size of it is kind of unique, and I like that variation in my bookshelves. These are a couple more. In this one in particular, I love the taupey gray and white exterior to create a really neutral backdrop of books in my bookshelves. And I want to note too that hardcover books of this size are pretty substantial, and even if you're buying from a thrift store, they're going to be several bucks at least. So when you can find stuff like this, it's really a steal. So keep your eyes peeled. They have some cool round mirrors, hexagon shelves, And in their new line, they have some cool floating shelves, photo ledges, so decent stuff. And if you add more high-end decor on top, it really elevates the piece. So that's a really great way to cut costs. The puck lights you can get there are really nice, affordable. Those are great for popping under shelves, desks, in a kid's loft bed to add another layer of light and mood. If you guys haven't seen their plastic cloches, those are a really awesome product. Obviously they're plastic, but when they're placed up on a shelf with something really beautiful or expensive inside, they can look really cool. And I've used these before and taken the base and done like a faux metal finish on it. I might have to do a video on that faux metal technique. And I've placed like geodes inside and things like that to kind of give a specific decor piece its own moment. You can do them in like a trio, have 3 of them together on a shelf. All right, we're moving on to DIY materials. But don't worry, none of this is super intensive DIY stuff. And some of it can be used just on its own, like literally just putting it into a vase. And that's the DIY aspect of that. They have moss at the dollar store, which is cool because this is normally really pricey stuff at craft stores. This can be sprinkled on a pretty table setting or glued onto like a styrofoam form. You can add it to planters. Endless possibilities with this. Their floral picks and greenery have gotten better over the years. These kind of ferny picks in particular I've been impressed with. In a pairing of 2, so that's $2.50 total, you have a really nice looking arrangement. And they don't look like much at first, but what you have to do is take it home and kind of bend and fluff it out, and it becomes a lot more substantial and impressive. So I think this looks pretty natural and it'll look good blended in with real florals too, or dried florals. This one is like a ferny texture too, but a more bold shape, just a different material. They have boxwood looking floral picks now. These could be amazing to make a wreath out of or something. This one has a little more delicate texture to it. And then the like monstera leaf, I've got some bigger, bolder new picks too that have a really long stem, so you can place these bigger, bolder things inside a big vase. I usually avoid the flowers. Those are very fake looking usually, but they do have some nice stuff there. I like their little bunny tails they have now, but the greenery is a win, I think, at the dollar store. I've used their faux succulents before in the past too, in arrangements, but they have them in like pick form now, and these are a lot easier to work with if you're making an arrangement or you need to stick them into styrofoam or something. The air plant in particular, I think, is really good. And like I said, these are like a lot more expensive at a craft store. If you're strategic about how you use them, I think that they can look really good and maybe paired with some higher quality faux pieces or something like that. So, all right, the next DIY material I want to talk about is ropes. They've got nautical rope and this more jute style. I like that they're thick and chunky and can be used really simply, just as a curtain tie a bow around your curtains to add like a nice texture. It can be weaved in and out of those metal baskets I showed you. You can glue them around the rim of a mirror, do like macrame stuff with it. There's a lot of options. I really like this rope in particular because of the neutral, warm, creamy color and how thick and chunky it is. And you can pull it apart and make it all strandy, and so I've done some macrame type things with this rope and I really like it. They have wood dowels that are fairly affordable and a great way to quickly access something for a DIY. Their whole wood section is really expanded. They've got some nice things there that you can just take home and stain, and they're kind of ready to go. I've seen somebody use the toilet plunger handle that's like a thick wood dowel basically for a DIY project. The wreath forms they have are really nice. I don't think it's worth it to spend a lot of money on a wreath form, and they have different shapes. You can also make a wreath form out of the hula hoops. That way you can customize it to the size you want and spray paint it. They have some pretty good styrofoam forms now. This hoop one in particular is a favorite, mainly because of the scale of it. And you can use those floral picks and stab in a bunch of greenery and material and maybe put a fake candle inside and place it on your table. Use it as a wreath. I've seen a DIY where someone used 3 of these, painted them with that like baking soda paint, and created a really cool like lamp shade. So don't underestimate the styrofoam. These plastic planters I think are new. They're hexagon shapes. They just come in white and black, I believe. They're meant to be used as planters, but you probably need to drill a hole for drainage. They would be great as a form for like a concrete project. Maybe I'll have to try that out. I think these would be cute as like a grouping outside your front door, plants spilling out, overflowing, but you can use them as storage too in the house. The shelf liners of the Dollar Tree are pretty nice. You don't get a ton in a roll, but it's a good price, especially if you're doing a small area. I like to use that stuff for the inside of my dressers in each drawer, putting some liner there. And they've got some new finishes and colors. They've got like a marble looking contact paper. They've got the faux wood, and those are probably not ideal for like a high traffic like kitchen makeover. I don't know if I would suggest that, but they are great for little DIYs. A couple DIY tools that I like to get at the dollar store. If I'm not using a reusable material that I can use over and over again and I need something that I'm gonna have to toss right away, the dollar store drop cloths are a great idea. They're 9 by 12 feet, good for certain chemicals or things that you need to just dispose of after. You can get caulking at the dollar store too. This is a great versatile DIYer's material, and that's nice to have on hand and be able to access at the dollar store. Comment down below what I missed. I'm sure there's go-tos that you have for the dollar store, so let me know what you would recommend and we can help each other. So I hope this was inspiring to you, that there's some accessible, affordable things out there that you can design with. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.